Welcome to the Zentangle Project Pack series. This lesson is part of Project Pack 04. My name is Rick.
Hey, and I'm Maria, and Project Pack 4 is designed around a specific project we're calling the Zentangle Spinner.
And today is day 5 in the series. And if you're watching these out of order, it's not a problem. You can do them out of order, and it all comes together in the end.
I'm doing a tangle called Bunzo, and Bunzo is a series of crescents or arcs that go down at two at a time and alternating blackened in and not blackened in. So you can see how that sort of bounces around. It's a lot easier than one would think. So
these are just C shapes.
just C shapes. They're so cool. And you can mount them in any direction. You can see I go back and forth, and they're sort of scooting here and there, and it gives it a lot of life as opposed to just going in one direction. This is fun.
It's almost like it's alive. It's like roaming around this little section, like where can I go and can I get out, or starting to grow from another point.
This is a good drama tangle. Any time that you need to add some drama to your Zentangle tile. It's fun.
Right?
Yeah, it's kind of unexpected and pretty cool. This tangle's called Quabog, and this is one of our early on tangles. And I think it comes from some plant that I know grows around here.
It reminds me of those little, those little tiny mushrooms that...
Yeah, they sort of look like that. Or little grasses that just grow amongst each other and weave in and out.
But I love how you're giving each one of them its own little personality and going in and out and behind.
I don't know if you can see that my downstroke is definitely a little bit stronger than the upstroke, and it gives it a little bit of contour sort of unexpectedly. Not fun. This is very lively, and now I'm going to just do it again.
But coming from the other direction,
Yeah.
so no gravity here. Just coming up and meeting each other.
It's fun going back and forth and behind, and
some of them touch, some of them don't. Some of them go behind.
it actually makes for a really cool...
Some of them escape.
Yeah, some of them escape. I love that.
Fun.
I'm
You
adding...
can draw them upside down.
Yeah, I can. That's fun, huh? We don't do this one often enough. I like this. Quabog. The next tangle's called Zenith. And you start by a series of curves that you go to the center of the curve and then go to the center of the next curve.
So the curves nest
Right.
against each other, and this is a really great border tangle. We're actually using a border tangle in the border here.
Mm-hmm. So in the crevice of, where they come together, I'm going to add like a little diamond shape facing both ways. Carefully nesting them in there.
Fun.
And to aura around those.
So just about any tangle that you do, auraing around it is a great embellishment. It's a great addition.
Especially on a border, it kind of holds it all together.
And for a little contrast,
putting some little beads, like a little black beads.
And you'll notice she's leaving the center on many of them open, so just a little bit of highlight there.
Yeah. That's so easy to do, so why not, right?
Yeah. Very nice. But wait, there's aura. So adding aura, then adding something else, then adding aura around that.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to give you all these great little ideas in these small spaces here.
Sort of ties it together, right?
Nice.
Now this is a really great tangle. This is one of Molly's tangles, I think.
Yeah.
And you make a zigzag, a pretty distinct zigzag, and you're going to start at the top afterwards, and you're going to join point to line. So it goes from the point down to the middle of the line.
Middle-ish, yeah.
Middle-ish. And you do that down the right-hand side. And then down the left-hand side, point to line, if you just keep saying that, point to line.
Already looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then
Now
she turned
turn
it over.
do the same thing, point to line,
on both sides. So that's on one side. Isn't that the coolest form?
It's like origami.
Yeah, like what is going on there?
This is a really great.
So in and of itself, that's
It's a
really
reticula.
cool. It's a reticula. And then those wonderful spaces, you can fill it up with any shape.
So now we have these triangular shapes like in Tripoli that we can fill with a fragment. And that's what I'm doing. I'm sort of, that's so cool. Just curving lines from point to point in each triangle, and then putting a bead in the middle and filling in the interstices there with some nice deep black.
This is a great part of the tangle because you're just locked in with what you're doing and just sort of find an open space and put in that fragment and then find the next one.
So when you throw those little beads in, you want to make sure that they're smushed in there as big as possible. If they're floating in there, they might not be as...
They like to be held tight.
Yeah, they like to be held tight.
Nice.
Cool.
And of course...
Oh, I'm going to aura around it, just because the space sort of wants it. Nice.
Okay, so there we go with our ink all down.
On the Mulligan. Bunzo. This is Bunzo.
This is Bunzo.
It looks a little bit like Mulligan. I'm adding some graphite, like around the edges where they meet. It doesn't need much because it's so bold.
And you really only need to put it where there isn't ink. And you also want to, particularly when you're using your tortillon, make sure your ink is dried. But you can see even that little bit of graphite contributes, adds to the rounding effect.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do have a white chalk, the white charcoal there, that little highlight is pretty cool.
Nice. So on the quabog, I don't think there needs to be much other than adding some on the roots, like where these things are growing from. I think that's
Right.
all it pretty
Coming out
much
from
needs.
the edge there. Yeah.
Those are kind of cool. I want to do that again.
Yeah.
Makes me want to run over and do it again.
Just those little touches of it.
I like the way that came out. On the zenith, I'm going to fill in those little diamond shapes.
Just gives 3 different levels of, you've got black and white and gray all playing together, like a little tiling there. I like that.
So on ing, we're going to again go to the points and shade some of those. It doesn't need much. It's so busy and interesting. I don't think it needs a lot.
Right.
This sort of masks the triangular shape even more. You don't even see the triangles anymore because of it. Give a little smile to those beads or orbs in there.
And the tortillon just really makes such a difference. I love the way that, particularly when you spread those little smiles around. Right.
Nice.
Like the subtle colors there too. Just a little bit on the edge there to frame it. And this bit again up against the aura-ing, this is where the aura really shows its value, because it can separate it from the shading in the background really nicely. So I hope you enjoyed this.
This was great. Can't wait to see the next one.
Yeah, so we'll be back here with day 6, and look forward to seeing what you guys do as well. And thank you so much for spending time with us.
Have fun. Bye.
Bye now.